E.G. here. Today, something different. E.T. needs your help in figuring out something. You see this book here, With Amusement for All. It has proved over the years to be a useful tool by giving E.T. context to specific events in boxing history. It's written by E.T.'s pal, Professor Leroy Ashby. He's one smart guy, but I find something to argue about in this book. Something not exactly about the fight game, something not wrong either, but something needing further explanation. It has nothing to do with boxing. It's about the Wizard of Oz, in particular the book by L. Frank Baum. Put simply, E.T., and it's not just E.T., maintains that Baum's book is an allegory, meaning it contains something, a meaning, beyond that of a Kansas girl taken up in a tornado, a cyclone, and deposited in some faraway land full of very odd creatures. E.T. maintains the story is actually about U.S. politics during the late 19th century. Now, Dr. Ashby holds that there is no evidence for this, that it is, and I'm using his words in his book, it's simply another influential children's book full of moral lessons, one that is a nostalgic reminder of the importance of family and roots. Okay. Well, here's an explanation in précis of what E.T. thinks. During the 1890s, many Americans wanted more money in circulation, well, like we do today with lower interest rates. But back then, gold was the official medium, along with silver, and gold is always in short supply. Back then, a politician, William Jennings Bryan, in some ways a bit like Donald Trump, Bryan campaigned for president as an advocate for raising the value of silver and mining more of it. Bankers do not like this because borrowers will pay back the loans in money that every year is decreasing in value as more of that money, in this case silver, goes into circulation. Now this is to E.T., and not just E.T., the theme of Baum's Wizard of Oz, a story that is, according to an economist, Hugh Rockoff, a money allegory. Those are his words. Consider this. In Baum's book, not the 1939 film, but in the book, Dorothy gets silver slippers. In the film, they're ruby. Dorothy gets the slippers after her house falls on and kills the Wicked Witch of the East. Now, think of the East. That's where bankers are in the U.S., in particular New York City. Then Dorothy, a naive girl, who represents the average American who is easily led astray. Dorothy travels along a yellow brick road, yellow, gold, to the land of Oz. Now the O and Z in Oz is short for ounces. So you have a combination of gold and silver, which is what William Jennings Bryan favored. Along the way, Dorothy picks up three friends, a scarecrow, who maintains he has no brains, but we know he's smart. He represents, according to Rockoff, the Western farmer, who in real life wants more money, silver, in circulation. The second pal is the Tin Man. He represents the urban working guy, a cog in a new industrial machine, who is viewed as and sees himself as part of a heartless machine. He wants a heart. The next pal is the Cowardly Lion. He represents William Jennings Bryan himself, known in his day as the best orator, but who in the end produced more talk than action. The Emerald City symbolized fraudulent banking practices set up to get bankers' loans that were sold to farmers and working men, paid back in more valuable money, gold. And the wizard is a self-admitting bad guy who demands dangerous actions of Dorothy and her friends before he will help her get back home. And he admits later that he's powerless. It's Baum's way of saying that the real power is with the people. Now, in the end, according to a book by Ruth Kassinger, it is Dorothy's silver slippers that takes her back home, something that she, like many farmers in the Midwest, did not understand fully. Well, you've got enough here to get the point. The Wizard of Oz was an allegory, all about the politics of the late 19th century. But I've got to add here, even the economist Rockoff said, and I'm using his words here, Baum left no hard evidence that he intended his story to have an allegorical meaning. Now, that's pretty much what Dr. Ashby told E.T. over coffee a few years back. But to E.T., the allegorical intent is so obvious. But I need to read your comments. If necessary, read Baum's book, or even watch the film again, but switch the slippers in your mind from ruby to silver. Oh, another thing. If you want an understanding of the influence of popular culture in the U.S., do pick up a copy, and a new one, of Ashby's book, With Amusement for All. It contains so much regarding sports in general, with interesting stuff about boxing in particular. And that is it. Comment below, subscribe, share the videos, tap the bell icon. You'll be notified of new uploads. You know the drill. Thank you.